Hello everyone, it's Coach Salty here at the Varsity 2019-2020 Athletic Awards Assembly. This is very unusual. I'm used to being in a full gym or church and seeing all your faces and all the kids smiling and excited about reflecting on the season. I hope during this tough time, reflecting on the great success that we've had can bring smiles to their faces and remind us of how special a season we were really having. Last year we were the Wells Fargo champion, which Wells Fargo champion goes to the #1 athletic program in our division. And at the end of the winter this year, we were leading also. And we were going to have a fantastic spring, so we had a good chance of being back-to-back Wells Fargo champions and winning our 5th Wells Fargo champion in our school's history. I want to thank our administration for the support they give to the athletic program. I'm so grateful. It means the world to us and the coaches. I want to thank my coaches. I really believe that I have the best coaching staff in the state. My coaches give so much to these student athletes, and I want to thank you because I know you take away from your family, but you know what? You make them your family. And the reason our varsity programs are successful is because of all the hard work of our players, but especially our coaches too. So moving on, my coaches have sent me their award winners and comments about the season, so I'm going to be reading their comments for the fall and winter sports. So let us begin. Cross country coached by Coach Wall. The girls team. The girls had a lot of first-time runners and showing some great potential. It's the most lady runners we've had since the program started. Thank you for all your hard work during the hot weather, and thank you for coming to get better every single day. Our most valuable player was Pauline. Pauline never ran before and took it like a natural. She got better every time she ran. She was our top runner. Our MVP goes to Pauline Nago. Moving on to the boys cross country team. It's hard to top last season with the state championship, but the program is growing with 10 to 12 runners this season. We competed in more events this year and took another boys team to the state. We came up a little short, but we still finished 5th. Thank you so much for the hard work and dedication you gave me, and I'm looking forward to getting back and running with you guys in the fall. Coach Wall gave 3 awards. The first award is Coach's Award. This young man is always at practice and always has plenty to say. He went out of his way every meet to talk to other teams and runners. This year's Coach's Award goes to Davis Boyd. Most Improved. This young man's first time running and had some big-time meets this season. And he had a big day at states, making the top 10 for the all-state team. This year's Most Improved goes to Jeremy Alvarez. My most valuable player this year is this young man finished first in several meets through the season, and he was always in the top 3. He's one of our hardest workers and runs with a limitless potential. I can't wait to see what he does next year. This year's MVP goes to Will Powell. Moving on to varsity tennis, coached by Coach Morrison. Coach Morrison wants to thank all of our girls for the hard work and dedication to the team. Through the hot days, you came every day to get better. The future's bright. I can't wait to get back to work this summer to prepare for the fall. She gave 3 awards. Coach Morrison gave 2 most valuable players. The first MVP goes to a young lady that stepped into the 5th seed spot this year confidently and at times was needed to step up to the 4th seed. She finished with a season record of 7-7. She was challenged more this year and had to work on consistency in play. She is an asset to the team with her hard work and determination and can hold her own. I look forward to seeing what she brings next season. Our first most valuable player goes to Alex Garner. My second most valuable player goes to a young lady who stepped up to the 6th seed and at times a 5th seed this year. She is a hard worker on the court and often must push through mentally to win the match. She finished the season 6-6. I look forward to seeing what she can accomplish next season. I have no doubt that she will bring some grit, which will help her persevere. My second most valuable player goes to Margaret Covington. My Coach's Award. This is always the hardest award to give because all the girls on this team bring something special. With that being said, I want to especially acknowledge this young lady who has real talent on the tennis court. She jumped with her 2 feet into the toughest job on the team at the number 1 seed. The mental and physical stamina that is needed at this position is exhausting. You don't ever get a break at this level, and it can be very hard to stay positive and confident in your ability. Ryan has a talent, and I am confident in her ability. I am proud of all of her accomplishments. She has stepped into a great leadership role in this year's team and wants to succeed. Thank you for this. Thank you for your efforts. This year's Coach's Award goes to Ryan Jennings. My most improved. This young lady worked so hard this season, mentally and physically. She pushed through some real nail biters this year. She jumped to the 4th seed this year and at times a 3 seed, which takes talent. She has worked hard on perfecting her tennis strokes year round, and her dedication to the sport shows. She ended the season 6-8. I'm very proud of her efforts and work ethic. I look forward to working with her next year. This year's most improved goes to May Pridgeon. Moving on to volleyball and Coach Castillo. I want to thank all of my young ladies who came into this. It's a very hot gym in June with a very intense off-season workout. It showed when the season came. We had a successful year, making the playoffs once again. Coach Castillo gave 3 awards. Her most valuable player goes to our All-State player, Kaylin Wall. Most improved goes to a young lady that improved every single day. Most improved goes to Gracelyn Nairn. And I had to give 2 coaches awards. These young ladies were leaders in practice and during matches. My 2 coaches award goes to Chalini Nago and Caroline Stone. And now moving on to our 2019 state championship team, boys soccer. Those of you that were here for the state championship game, what a phenomenal atmosphere, phenomenal championship game. I was very proud of how our kids handled themselves on the field. We had great support from the parents and the students, and it was just a special, special day in Greenfield soccer. So Coach Wynn has these words to say. This year was a special year. Every day felt like we improved a little bit more. Every day we grew a little closer. Every day we fought through a new adversity, whether it be injuries, weather, minimal rest, battles on the field, battles off the field, and more. It all allowed us to grow to become the team we are, the 2019 state champions. While we aren't able to celebrate this season all together, there is no doubt of this family's incredible accomplishments. These boys won 17 games, tied 3, and only lost 2 games. We scored 104 goals while only giving up 29 and finished ranked the number 1 team in the 1A and state champions. Every single person had an impact on helping us achieve all of this, but some rose above the rest. At this time, I'd like to honor some with awards. All conference. This young man compiled 6 goals and 18 assists this season. His IQ of the game allowed him to lead our team in the midfield and dictate play. Congratulations to Sebastian Partita for making CPIC All Conference. Will Powell. As a center back, Will managed to have 10 goals and 4 assists. After putting in the hard work in the back to keep us organized, he would be sure to find a way to be involved in attack as well. Congratulations, Will. Our third all-conference winner was Cabell Metz. Cabell assisted in leading our team to 7 shutouts this season. His stats do not give him credit for the organization, composure, and leadership he provided for our team throughout the year. Our fourth all-conference winner was Jeremy Alvarez. Jeremy had an incredible 42 goals and 29 assists this season. He found ways to lead us and provide an uplifting goal when the team needed it, but also unselfishly set up his teammates. Our final all-conference winner was Zeke Farrell. Zeke compiled 23 goals and 10 assists during his sensational senior season. He used his speed and strength to consistently beat opposing back lines and finish opportunities. One moment that comes to my mind is Zeke beating out not 1, not 2, but 3 defenders in a 70-yard sprint with the ball plus finishing off the opportunity earlier in the season. He could not be stopped. Congratulations, Zeke. We had 4 young men to make All-State. The All-State winners for Greenfield were Will Powell, Sebastian Partita, Cabell Metz, and Jeremy Alvarez. This is a special group of young men that made up of our captains for the team. They led us with their voice and actions throughout the year. Together they stepped up in big moments when we needed it, but also knew how to push their teammates to perform at the highest level. Congratulations, boys. And now to Defensive Player of the Year. This young man knew exactly how to keep our team together and organized. He consistently provided the cover needed for his teammates, winning the majority of his 1v1 battles, easily cutting off passing lanes and finding ways to distribute out after the work was done. Will, the coaching staff and I are very proud of you and are blessed to have you back to lead us one more time. This year's Defensive Player of the Year goes to Will Powell. Midfielder of the Year. This young man was without a doubt our engine in the midfield. We knew exactly how to connect our back line to the front, control the tempo of the game, and step up in big moments. Two moments that come to my mind are his right-footed strike from the top of the box into the upper right corner in the semifinals, and then followed that up a few days later with the left-footed strike from nearly the same spot into the upper right-hand corner to give us the lead for good in the state championship game. I can still hear the roar of the crowd and our team from both of those moments. Junior, it was an honor to have you as our captain. I look forward to seeing what you can accomplish next year. This year's Midfielder of the Year goes to Sebastian Partida. Offensive Player of the Year. I had a feeling Zeke knew he was destined for a great season. He came into the summer looking better than I've ever seen him before and arose to the occasion for his senior season. 23 goals and 10 assists plus a state championship cannot be more than a perfect way for a senior to send off. Zeke, I'm proud of the commitment you've not only given this soccer program over the years, but also to our school. You left your history here with bringing a state championship back to Greenfield. We will miss you. This year's Offensive Player of the Year goes to Zeke Farrell. Coach's Award. I truly believe this young man never quite received the credit or recognition he deserved this season. He led the way with his actions by training hard throughout the offseason to be prepared to lead the way from the back for our team. He made huge saves after huge save, none bigger than the save he made in the state championship game, to keep the game tied and swing the momentum into our favor. He stepped out of his comfort zone to improve in many ways, and I cannot be more proud to have him at the core of our team. We cannot wait to see how much you grow next year. This year's Coach's Award goes to Frankie Peel. Most Valuable Player. This young man had one of the best years I've ever seen from a high school athlete. 42 goals and 29 assists placed him 7th in all of North Carolina for points and 1st in the NCISAA. He earned 2 Max Preps North Carolina Player of the Week honors, All Conference, All State, a state champion, and now our team MVP. He led the way by pushing not only his teammates, but the coaching staff as well to find ways to make sure our team was the best we could be. He also found ways to keep practice serious, but balanced with some fun as well. Jeremy, we are blown away and proud of the impact you had on our team this year. Let's do it again next year. This year's Most Valuable Player goes to Jeremy Alvarez. Our team's accomplishments would not be possible without the school as a whole. Thank you to our incredible seniors for your love for the game and this team throughout the year as part of the Greenfield family. I could not be happier with the way we were able to send you off your senior season. You have forever left your mark on Greenfield history. Thank you to all the students, parents, and teaching staff for your efforts to find a way to support us each and every day. Thank you to the mower magician, Daniel Johnson, for our beautiful facility. Thank you, Rob Salter, for your endless support and providing our team with the resources we need. Thank you, Russell Stone and Justin Wilkerson, for your commitment to our team this season. The push you provide for the boys and myself to be better every day and for being there on times when I could not. I'm also appreciative for all that you have done for us. Last but certainly not least, thank you to my wife, who was in her final trimester throughout the whole season, for not delivering our baby on the state championship game day, but well before so our daughter could see it. To the team, we love you, and seniors, we will miss you. Thank you for an incredible season. Now moving on to the winner. Our first winter sport will be swimming. Coach Thompson and Coach Wright has this to say to their swimmers. Hello, everyone. First off, I would like to thank Coach Sauter and Ms. Peters for giving Coach Wright and I the opportunity to coach the swim team. Secondly, I'd like to thank Coach Wright for her time and help. We will be in deep water without her. I would like to thank the parents for being an amazing support system for the team. We appreciate the snacks, timers, volunteers, and cheering section. Most importantly, I would like to thank the swimmers for all their hard work this season. We ask you all to perform at a certain level, and you continue to exceed our expectations. I had a hard time putting our crazy team into words, but Carl Copeland said it best on GroupMe. The swim team has camaraderie amongst all the swimmers. From the lone senior to the sixth graders, everyone cheers on their fellow swimmers, even though it's considered an individual sport. Greenfield Swim Team is more than a team, it is a family. That is exactly how I feel. We have been through so much, from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. bus rides, long to really long swim meets. Saturday morning dive practices with belly flops and one unamusing cannonball. Plenty of sets, 50s on the minutes, no breathers, and a bunch of broken goggles. We competed in 10 swim meets, made it to states, and won the conference championship. You all have made a big impact on the sport and me as your coach. Thank you for making all this craziness worth it. At the end of the season, there is one question I need to know the answer to. On a scale from water moccasin to mongoose, how fast are you? And now to our awards. Most Improved Girl. Swimming is not an easy sport to learn. It takes a lot of courage and determination to get the techniques down, and then even more grit to actually be competitive. Coach Wright and I have watched this young lady go from not putting her head into the water and feeling overwhelmed with the new sport to swimming the 200 freestyle and placing well at conference. At the end of the season, she swam one of the fastest 50 freestyle times and gave her the opportunity to compete at states. Leah Stevenson overcame all obstacles and has become an excellent swimmer. We cannot wait to see how she does next year. This year's Most Improved Award winner goes to Leah Stevenson. Most Improved Boy. The swimmer has to work harder than anyone on the team, and he does it with confidence and determination. He is a true inspiration as an athlete. He has made big improvements from last season and consistently gets better every day at practice and at meets. He is usually one of the first people in the pool at practice and is determined to do everything that the big kids are assigned to do. I am so incredibly proud of how well he holds his own in the pool. We can't wait to continue to cheer you on next year, Wood Vic. Keep up the good work. My most valuable player girl. Being a most valuable player swimmer isn't always about scoring the most points or being the fastest on the team. Sometimes it's about being the heart of the team. Inspiring others, working harder than anyone else, showing up for practices, optional practices, and practices outside of practice. This young lady eats, sleeps, and breathes swimming. She talks about it nonstop all year and continues to push herself every single day. I see her silently keeping up with the boys during sets. When swimmers fall sick, she is there to drop her individual events and jump into relays. I can always count on her to try new things or coach new swimmers. This year's most valuable player goes to Monica Mann, and thank you for all of your hard work. Most valuable player of the boys swimmers. This kid is an all-star swimmer. I knew last year he was going to be something special. He comes into practice in the off season, sometimes right after soccer and track practice. He pushes his body to the limit. He even treats practice as a competition. This has been an amazing season filled with triumphs and heartbreaks for this young man. One of the team's highlights was when he competed in the 200 IM for the first time and somehow victoriously won. I have never heard the team yell so hard. Then when we've tried to forget that we drove 2 hours for a 2A conference meet to get disqualified. His resilience is inspiring. He never gives up, and he not only pushes himself to the limits, but also his teammates. He always had a prayer or word of encouragement to say to the team. He is not only the boys' A-team anchor, but also the whole team's anchor. R.J. Shealy, you better accept this MVP trophy and use it for inspiration to make states in every event next year. Coach's Award for the girls. The swimmer was made for swimming. She is usually goofy and distracted on land, but when she jumps into the water, she is focused. She isn't worried about anyone but herself when she gets in the pool. That isn't an easy thing to do in the crazy talkative girl lane. She is one of the younger swimmers on the team, but I trust her to swim breast and butterfly on the A-team medley relay. She is constantly working to improve her time and her techniques. She even stays after practice and works on the individual medley for next season. I love her willingness to compete in anything and her excitement to try new things. She is constantly asking me questions and telling me observations. I can tell she has a strong passion for swimming that I know she shares with her mom. I expect big things for you in the future, Addie Wright. And the Coach's Award for boys. Sometimes you are lucky enough to coach a kid who is not only athletic, but also selfless, positive, and lights up the room when he walks in. When the swimmer enters a bubble, the atmosphere changes. He supports everyone with pep talks and many chants. He knows when to be goofy and when to be serious. He works hard to better himself, and he has done an amazing job branching out with different events and strokes. He has swam almost every event to score the team points. He is a coach's dream with his willingness to compete in anything and everything. I love talking strategies and reviewing the results with him on the bus rides home. Jake Flaherty understands what it takes physically, mentally, and emotionally to become a champion. He also knows what it means to take one for the team. Once again, Coach Wright and I are incredibly proud of each team, of each and every member of each and every one of our swimmers. We are super excited for the next season and what it holds for all of you. We know that many of you are so close to reaching your individual goals. Most importantly, we look forward to spending time with our crazy Greenfield Swim family. Thank you for all for making our lives special. We look forward to another amazing season. Moving on to varsity girls basketball, coached by Coach Wall. First of all, Coach Wall wants to thank Willie McNair for his help this year. He helped take our program to another level. Thank you for your hard work and dedication to the girls. Coach Wall has to say, what a great season. We played the toughest schedule to date since I took over the ladies program. We finished tied for second in the regular season in CPIC. We made the states again and made it to the final 8 in the state tournament. This is the best group of young ladies I've had the honor to coach. We dressed as many as 10 to 12 some games. First season, I've been able to have 10 girls on the court at practice, and the results showed it. So proud of our accomplishments, and I'm so excited at the direction the program is headed. And on to his individual awards. Most improved. This young lady has had some really big games this season and made great improvements as the season went on. She started to see the court through different eyes and had some big time assists and shots in some big games. This year's most improved goes to Jalen Holland. Coach's Award. This young lady is a very hard worker and had a great attitude. She took a lot of tough players this year and usually was outsized, but not outmanned. She was a force in the paint and was always good-spirited and encouraged her teammates all season. She is truly going to be missed. This year's Coach Award goes to Franzi Stroh. MVPs. I couldn't give one MVP. I had to give two. Both of these young ladies made all-conference and the all-tournament team. Both took over games on the defensive and offensive end. If one was cold, the other stepped up, and when they both were on, we were hard to beat. Serenity dominated the backcourt and made defenses look lost. She has such a star potential and has taken our ladies to a new level. She has such a tremendous future, and I can't wait for her to see what she does in our basketball program. Congratulations for one of our most valuable players to Serenity McNair. Our second most valuable player. She was our leading scorer, our leading rebounder. She dominated the front court and made rebounding seem to be unfair for other teams. She has taken our program to new heights and has done so with great poise and honor, while nearing 1,400 points for her career and making the All-State team this year, as well as being named Wilson Daily Times Academic Female Athlete of the Year. She will truly be missed on and off the court and has made me the proudest dad/coach. I could never put into words what an honor it's been to coach you. Our second MVP goes to Kaylin Wall. Our last sport, varsity boys basketball. I had so much fun. I had such a special group. This group, most of these kids, were part of last year's state championship group, and the juniors moved up to the seniors, and our senior leadership was phenomenal this year. You know, we had some young kids join the team, and they just led. Our seniors led by example. We had a terrific season. We were 29-7. We were CPIC regular season champions. We won our Greenfield Christmas tournament, which is full of talent. We played the hardest schedule that I've ever had a team play. You know, we played in a lot of big-time showcases this year. We went 2-0 at the Battle of the Rock, which is in South Carolina. We defeated the 1A public school state champions twice. We lost to the 2A public school state champions in a close game. We lost to the 4A private school state champions by 4. We beat Leesville Road High School, who was the number 2 seed in the 4A public school state playoffs. And we lost to the number 17 team in the country by 2. As you can see, this team can play with anybody. When we were playing at our top level, we were hard to beat. I felt like we were the best team in 1A, but sometimes you don't play your best basketball at the right time. You know, we lost in the NCAA state semifinals to Burlington. They just outplayed us that night, but that takes nothing away from the phenomenal season we had. So much fun. I mean, you know, these kids were on the road almost every weekend. I want to thank the parents for their support. That means the world to us. Because we traveled all over the state this year, and we had a great, great support group. We had 4 young men that scored over 1,000 points in their career. Colin Guilford, Jai Bailey, Trey Pittman, and Creighton Lebo. Congratulations. I had 2 seniors I was lucky to play to start on varsity for 4 years. Trey Pittman and Jai Bailey had phenomenal careers at Greenfield. They have won 108 games in their career at Greenfield, which includes a state runner-up and a state championship. Very impressive accomplishments. We had 5 young men make CPIC Old Conference. They were Jordan Lynch, Colin Guilford, Trey Pittman, Creighton Lebo, and Jai Bailey. We had the CPIC Player of the Year, Jai Bailey. We had 4 young men make the Wilson Daily Times All-Area team. Colin Guilford, Trey Pittman, Creighton Lebo, and Jai Bailey. Jordan Lynch was honorable mention All-Area. We also had 3 young men make the NCIC All-State team. Trey Pittman, Creighton Lebo, and Jai Bailey. Like I said, this season was just so much fun. We competed every single day in practice. We got better every single day. And this group took the Greenfield program to another level. I gave a few individual awards. My most valuable player goes to the young man that had a phenomenal season, MVP of our conference. This year's MVP goes to Jai Bailey. I want to thank, our next award goes to our Coaches Award. I had to give that to 2 young men. They were coaches every single day, on and off the court. They were leaders, phenomenal leaders. Very proud of these 2 young men. The Coaches Award goes to Trey Pittman and Creighton Lebo. Most improved. This young man is a bulldog. He comes at you every single play. He had a great season for us. He had some really big games and big moments for us. He competes so hard, sometimes I had to calm him down a little bit. But you know, when he played at a high level, we were really tough to beat. This year's most improved goes to Colin Guilford. My defensive player of the year, he really took over games. He could do it on both ends of the floor, on the offensive, but especially the defensive end. I asked him to pressure full court. I asked him to get in the passing lanes. I asked him to make plays in the open court. He did it for me. So proud of how much this young man has improved over 2 years. This year's defensive player of the year goes to Jordan Lynch. There's still a few more people I would like to thank. I want to thank Hart Bailey. He has made my job a lot easier, filming games and uploading them to Huddle. People don't understand how important that is. Thank you so much, Hart, for your 4 years. I want to thank my coaches, Jeremy Axon and Errol Frells, and Coach Wall. You guys are the best. I want to thank Daniel Johnson for his announcing and his support during the season. I also want to thank Crystal Kirby for helping organize workers and food for us during the season. I want to thank my wife. She is the strongest person I know. I was gone almost every weekend during the season, which was terrible scheduling by the AD. And she was supportive and did a wonderful job with 2 boys, 1 being a new baby. And finally, I want to thank my team. Thank you for giving me all that you have. It was an honor to coach all of you. You played the game the right way. Seniors, I will miss you more than you'll ever know. You guys accomplished some amazing things. You are champions on and off the court. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And one thing I can say is the future is very bright at Greenfield. And I can't wait to get back in the gym with the boys. In conclusion, this has been a tough year, but we're gonna get through this. Seniors, I know it's been tough on you guys, and I can't thank you enough, every single one of you, of what you've done for our athletic programs in your time at Greenfield. You know, I really believe your class is a special class that can handle what's happened during the spring. You guys were full of class. You guys represented us the way we wanted our student athletes to be represented on and off the court. I thank you so much. You wore the green and white proud. Once again, I hope to see everybody soon, and go Knights.